Well, let's bring you more on that breaking news now from the Ofgem Chief Executive, Jonathon Brearley, who's told the Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy Committee that the regulator is expecting an energy price cap increase in October in the region of £2,800. The current price cap, £1,971.
Conditions have worsened in the global gas market with Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Gas prices are higher and highly volatile. At times, they've now reached over 10 times their normal level. Now, I know this is a very distressing time for customers, but I do need to be clear with this committee, with customers and with the government about the likely price implications for October. Therefore, later today, I will be writing to the Chancellor to give him our latest estimates of the price cap uplift. Now, this is uncertain. We are only part way through the price cap window, but we are expecting a price cap in October in the region of £2,800.
Well, let's bring our economics and data editor, Ed Conway. Ed, this is a huge amount of money that families are going to have to pay for their energy, isn't it?
I mean, these are staggering sums. We have never seen a period like this with gas bills quite as high as they're heading, gas and energy bills. And, you know, it's worth just kind of taking a step back. You know, not long ago, you were talking about kind of levels that were, you know, pretty much at a third of what we are going to be seeing later on this winter. And it does just underline the scale of the impending cost of living crisis. Already energy bills are at, for many households, unbearable levels. And the fact that they're going to go up by another around £800 in the autumn, as far as the current futures prices suggest, will be another blow. It's worth just underlining, you know, how does this work? Basically, those energy bills, or indeed the price cap, is set on the basis of what's happening in wholesale gas markets. And if you look at what's happening to futures prices, which is kind of what a lot of the energy companies end up paying, they are very high. And the upshot is, you can see it there. If there were a £2,800 price cap, as the head of Ofgem is saying, then if you're just looking at the share of our energy bills as a share of our total spending, well, just have a look. That dotted line goes up to the highest level, kind of around 8% of total spending across average households, the highest level we've ever seen before. The dotted line that's further down is kind of where we are at the moment, so the highest since the mid-1980s. But we're heading into unprecedented territory, and that's why there's potentially a lot of extra pressure on the Chancellor to act. £2,800, not necessarily a surprise. I mean, the Bank of England has been talking about that level in its recent forecast. But remember, it was that level that was going to prompt a potential recession in the UK. So we are now heading for those kind of levels that are really damaging and really difficult for many households. And worth just noting as well, you know, what I showed you a moment ago was the average household, if there is such a thing. If you're talking about for many other households, particularly those on lower income brackets, it is a much greater proportion of their spending, just because energy costs make up a greater proportion. Energy and food, another thing which is going up a lot in price. So all of this underlining why we are seeing more noises from the Chancellor about potentially doing more in the way of intervention later on this year.
Ed, thanks very much.